when you're in business, there's things that need to be taken care of. Just like on a farm or anything, you got to get prepared for the next business day. I have systems that I do over and over and over again. I'll ensure that you won't have any issues on Monday when you're out trying to take care of your customers. Do that, the same sounds every time. Same sound every time. I put the stuff away in the same place every time. So that way, when I go to find the tools, they're in the same place as they were when I left them. Let's go check the oil in the truck. Every business I've ever owned, I've done the same thing. I've had a lot of trucks at one time. Box trucks, diesels, heavy equipment. And the day before work is supposed to start, I check everything that could use a little bit of oil. So I'm gonna go put some oil in this truck so that way it'll last longer. I got 180,000 miles on that truck. I'm like the groundhog on Groundhog Day. I do this stuff over and over and over and over again. Why? Because it made me successful. It helped me pay my house off. It helped me become debt free. You put things off until tomorrow, and then you're gonna have problems with stuff. So you don't want to be riding around with Murphy. That old saying, Murphy's Law every time. I don't like Murphy. I don't want Murphy to have anything to do with me. It's the difference between a rough morning and a smooth morning. When I go to bed tonight, I'm not going to lay in bed thinking, did I check the oil in the truck? Did I check the blades on the equipment? Do I have fuel? I've checked all the fuel levels. If my truck doesn't have enough fuel to get me to my first stop, I'm going to put fuel in the vehicle. Why? Because it takes about 20 minutes to put gas in your vehicle. That's 20 minutes I could be on a job. I do this stuff over and over and over again. Why? Because they're called systems. I want to control the things I can control, and the things that I can't control, I'll be prepared for. I know my mower starts up. I know my mower has sharp blades on it. I know my mower has a good oil level. I know my mower has fuel in it. I know this truck could use a little bit of oil. All right? I walk around and I check the maintenance out on this stuff to see if it needs any. It's like being on a farm. That's why farmers are always up early. They're always doing things because they want their farm to run right. This is no difference in what they do and what we do, okay? This is my barn, and my customers are my crops. And I want to continue to grow those crops. I hope this makes sense to you, because this is how I've done it for the last 25, 30 years. When I had my aluminum business, I was up and at the shop at 6:30 getting the trucks ready for the guys. Made sure they had everything because they weren't making sure they had everything. They would get to the job, oh, we don't have this and we don't have that. Well, I made sure that the irresponsible employees had what they needed so that I could continue to run a profitable business. Hardest thing in business is employees. I don't have employees anymore. So I have to do all this stuff. I had an employee change the oil on one of my mowers. He didn't screw the oil filter down. The next time we ran that piece of equipment, the oil filter spun off and the engine went, and it stopped. Nothing will kill an engine quicker than not having oil in it. I learned a big lesson. I didn't have that piece of equipment. I was still green. I was still learning. And I had to push mow my lawns. I had big accounts I was push mowing. It wasn't the mower repair shop's fault that they couldn't get to that mower for 3 weeks. It wasn't their fault I didn't have backup equipment. I learned 2 things from that experience. Have a backup. Check what your employees have been up to. Check the oil filters. You're going to have to go behind employees sometimes, okay? Till you build up trust with them. Not every employee is bad. I just haven't had any good experiences with any. If they were a good employee, they had to move or they got another job somewhere else making more money, you know. Being in business is tough, but if you stay on top of things like maintenance, you're ahead of the game. You can go into your first day of work, your first day of your work week with confidence. There's nothing like going and being out on a job and not having what you need to get that job taken care of. I have to pay my tree guys on Monday. I made sure I put the checkbook in my bag so that I'll have it for them. This is what being an owner is all about, owning a business. When you own a business, there's things you need to think about, you know. You're preparing for your upcoming work week where a non-business owner isn't thinking about stuff like that. So that's what we decided to do. And that's what you have to do as a business owner. So tonight, I can watch cartoons and I won't have to worry about my mower being out of gas or the blades being dull or the truck needing oil. Well, it's just something to think about. Appreciate every single one of my subscribers. And if you have any questions, comment below. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the like and subscribe button. The collar's up because the bugs, they like to bite everywhere. So if you keep your collar up, that reduces the amount of area a bug can get to. So I'm not trying to look like Don Johnson.